All right. All right, so this is take number 2. I ain't gonna lie, I just hit the record button and my mic was muted the entire time, and I gotta record this whole section all over again. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bit pressed right now. But what I was saying basically was, it's like 7 or 8 days later since I recorded that last video. I got a little bit lazy, you feel me? I'm not gonna lie though, I came back though because I just want to get this over with and get all these videos out here. What is it we're gonna be doing? Let me lock in. My brain's a bit foggy right now, you feel me? Trying to get all my thoughts together and shit, but basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna bang out the rest of these videos. The rest of them should go pretty quick. It's simple topics, but the things that we're gonna be talking about and the things that we have already talked about, just understand that if you're not understanding something, first of all, 3 things like I've been saying this whole time. 1, drop a comment. 2, I have links in my description for a Discord and a one-on-one with me. And 3, come join the Discord and ask a question if you need some extra help. But yeah, everything that we've talked about so far and everything that we're going to talk about, just understand that I will make separate videos pertaining to like that specific thing. So for example, like market structure, I'll do a whole video, whole 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever video on market structure, just going over examples and like doing live examples on how it is that I'm looking at the market, you know, at any given point in time. Because all I can really show you is how I look at things, you feel me? Like the way I can only show you how I do things. Like, and that don't mean somebody screaming outside. That don't mean the way that I'm doing things is like right or wrong. You just have to understand that that's just the way that I do things, you feel me? The way that I do something is going to be completely different from like somebody else. It don't mean it's right or wrong. It's just how, that's just how I be doing me. I just do me, you feel me? So, but my goal is basically to break things down in a way for you to understand them in a simpler way, because everybody in this space just kind of over explains and over complicates things, you feel me? So I just want to take them, compress them down, and just give it to you how it is, instead of like just over explaining it. That just seems unnecessary, and it just I don't want to. It hinders your growth. Like, it hinders your growth. It's a canon event for most traders that you will go through that confusing point in time, but you don't need to be confused about like what a breaker structure is, or like how to read market structure. Now, granted, those are things that take time to like get in your head, like the concepts, to get the concepts in your head, but it's not something you should be confused about for like a whole month, 2 months. It's very easy to understand, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So everything that we go over and that we have gone over is gonna have its own separate video. But for right now, I just want to like lay everything out on the table so you can absorb whatever it is that you're able to absorb, or you can ask questions, or just to like spread over, like, I don't know, just so we can grow. So I'm just trying to get all this out here so we can grow and we can start building this community so we can start helping each other. That's my ultimate, to be straightforward. But anyways, what we're gonna be talking about in this video today is you know that baby meme? Look, you know that one baby meme? Watch. Yeah, no, that's hilarious. But oh my god, why is it so bright? I think today we're going to be talking about just like news. Once again, I'm not going to over explain any of this stuff. There are videos that go in depth on how news affects the market and how you can trade with news and what it does, how it affects candle bodies, like all types of stuff. But I'm just going to show you where to find it, what it does, and how it pertains to you in your trading. And I'll be honest with you, it don't pertain to you that much, other than just telling you when to trade and when not to trade, to be honest. 1 second though, let me find this damn checklist. Alright, so what we're going to be talking about today is basically just what the news is in trading. In other words, in gaming terms, it is just the game update patch notes. If any of you've played video games, you know what patch notes are, right? We all know what patch notes are. They're just updates for the video game that the devs drop. That's pretty much all news is in trading. Don't overcomplicate it. All the news does is it just tells you when to trade and when not to trade, or like what assets, aka map, what assets are going to be affected. So the map that you're playing on, in other words, the currency or the pair or the whatever you're trading that you're playing on, the news just tells you how it's going to be affected based on the news that drops. And if any of you see this fucking dot on my shirt, I swear I didn't spill food on me or anything. My tank is bleached. I got like a bleach drop on it. It looks so funny. But yeah, what was I saying? All right, man. So let's just jump straight into it because I don't want to spend like hours on these videos. I'm ready to get these videos out and get them edited and start uploading them. And so there's a bunch of different places to get news from. This is just like the main one that most people use to find the news. And yeah, I mean, that's literally as simple as it gets. This is just where everybody comes to find the news for whatever it is that you're trading. So Forex Factory, forexfactory.com. That's where you'll type it up here and you just click on it, okay? After you get to this website, you'll see all this hunky-dunky, fancy-looking stuff, right? And it's going to make you feel like a real trader. Man, none of this stuff matters, bro. The only thing that you need to be concerned with on this page is this up here, first of all. This is going to be the first thing that you want to click. It is the your time zone. Now, mine's set to Central Time because I'm in Central, obviously. You feel me? But you're going to want to come up here, and it should automatically set to wherever your time zone is. But what I do is I do New York time because, well, I trade the New York session. So I want to see what times that news is dropping particularly for New York. So that'd be, if I could find it. Whew, hold on. It's Eastern time. So I just put my shit on Eastern time and you just want to hit save settings. Pretty easy. And then now all these times are going to be, well, in Eastern time. So, for example, how this news for JPY, the JPY pair, dropped at 6:50 p.m. Well, that would be an hour behind in my time. So this is 6:50 p.m. New York time that this Japanese yen news dropped. However, that would be an hour behind in my time. So that would be 5, feel me? Does that make sense? And it's like, well, why not just leave? A matter of fact, this is some news is about to drop right here. You see how this says pending? That's what it will look like when news is dropping in real time. But, and then once that news drops, after this pending goes away, should go away after you refresh the markets. I mean, after you refresh the browser, you'll see it affect the pair in real time if it has any significance at all, which this might not. It's a price index year over year. It doesn't matter. Anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, so why not just have it in your time? I mean, go ahead. You can have it in your time if you want. It's completely up to you. I'm just showing you how I do things. I like to have everything in New York time because my brain just operates based off New York time. It just does. You feel me? So I know like 7 p.m. in New York is 6 p.m. for me. That's just how my brain operates. If you want to roll like that, you know, you can roll like that as well. It's completely up to you. But so yeah, this is where you find the news. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come here to filter, and then all these folders here, the only ones you really want to see are, I would say, it's completely up to you. Like, I don't need bonds. I need speeches. This miscellaneous stuff I don't care about. Business surveys. I do care about housing. I do care about growth, inflation, employment. Central banking, I don't really care about, but I'll keep those things on as well. And then, like, you could pretty much turn all this stuff off. You don't need any of these pairs unless you trade these pairs, then keep it on. What I'm doing right now is I'm just taking the clutter off of my news chart because I don't care about any of this stuff. I leave on USD, and sometimes I leave on the JBP. It's the Great British Pound. It just depends. But most of the time, I only want this USD on, and I mean, that's pretty much it. And then you just want to hit apply filter. And then as you can see, so for Sunday, there is no news for New York. But if we go to Monday, we can see that FOMC member Bowman speaks on Monday at 8:25 a.m. New York time. So that would be 7:25 a.m. my time because I live in Central. That makes sense? And then here, if you hit this folder here under details, it will show you the details of what they will be talking about. So description, due to speak at the American Bankers Association Conference for Community Bankers in Orlando, right? And then the source comes from the Federal Reserve, and then you can see the latest releases. Shows you the speaker, usual effect. It will show you the usual effect it has on the markets. So it says more hawkish than expected is good for currency. I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're talking about there. So if the numbers drop more how do I put it in simple terms? If they drop green, then it's going to be good for the United States dollar. Does that make sense? And this says why traders care. Federal Reserve FOMC members vote on where to set the nation's key interest rates, and their public agreements are often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policy, which is important because as traders, we speculate on prices, right? So this would be important information. However, to keep things simple, once again, we don't really care about these yellow folder days. Even if it says USD, we don't care. The only days you really need to be concerned about are these red folder days and these, I would say these orange folder days, although they really don't really matter either. The yellow folder days and the orange folder days only move price and they just pump volume into the market, right? Because when you're trading, you want volume to be in the market so that your trade can move. You feel me? So that's all they really do. So if anything, they're a good thing for traders. However, the red days are the ones you're going to want to be a bit skeptical on. Although the red days pump the most amount of volume into the market, you can probably, if you don't know what you're doing or how to trade news days or red folder days, you're going to get fried. And I can absolutely guarantee you're going to get fried. So every day before you start trading, just make sure it's not a red folder day. And then after, so it's like, well, what if it's a red folder day and I still want to trade? So, for example, this red folder here, it drops at 2 p.m. New York time. I would simply just wait until an hour after, either 30 minutes or an hour after that news drops, and then I would get on the charts, and then I'll look and see how they're reacting to the news dropping, and what kind of, see if a setup presents itself, basically. I'll see what the heroes and the villains are doing, and who's winning, and then I'll go from there. And then, usually on days like that, I'll decrease my risk instead of increasing my risk, because once again, like, anything can happen. It's a red folder day. So that's just kind of how you have to like move forward on those kind of days. Does that make sense? So yeah, but that's pretty much all you need to know about news. I mean, you don't really need to worry about any of this stuff. Yeah, could you use it? Yes, you absolutely could. But like, you don't need to. You really only need to see when like news is dropping, what it's doing, how it's going to affect prices, and that's pretty much it. And even then, I'm still overcomplicating it. You just need to see what kind of day it's going to be. If it's a red day, expect a lot of volatility. If it's a yellow or an orange day, expect some volatility, but really that's a good thing for you because it dumps volume into whatever markets you're, well, it dumps volume into the markets in general. So like, those are good to go days pretty much. Okay. So then now that we've covered news, so once again, forexfactory.com, change your time zone if you want to, or just leave it. Filter, go to filter out all the noise, all the stuff you don't need, and go from there. Okay. And you can feel free to explore around this website if you want to. I mean, you'll want to get comfortable. You'll want to get comfortable with the website you're on, you know, like go up here to take a look in the forum, see what people are talking about. Here's all the news that's dropping. None of it really matters. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't look at any of that stuff, but hey, if you want to look at that stuff, feel free. What's the next thing we're going to talk about? Okay. See, I was going to make a whole video on news, bro. We are just going to pump these videos out so we can start talking about specific things to help you guys or to help each other trade better, you feel me? To help you guys better understand the markets. And man, to any of you guys going, man, who's this guy? Like, who are you? What are your credentials? Bro, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular dude. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not anybody special. I'm not driving Ferraris. I'm not driving Lambos, bro. I would like to, like anybody else, but I'm just a regular dude, man. I'm simply here to just make videos because this is my passion and I enjoy teaching people and I enjoy talking about this, you feel me? And when I start talking about this with people, other people around me, they're not really that interested. So like I just come on here and I talk to the camera and I just put it on the internet. So if you just happen to be here and if this kind of content just happens to resonate with you, what's up? You feel me? But to the person that is still listening, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just simply giving my experiences on the market and trying to better better your understanding on how you should be looking at the markets, because I was there at one point and I was super confused and I didn't know what to look for, and I didn't know what a higher high was or a lower low or a breaker structure. Like, those things that are so simple to me now, they were so confusing back then. And like, I feel like they didn't even have to be confusing. You know, it's a learning curve. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. It will be confusing. But I feel like they didn't have to be as confusing as they were, because everybody was just over explaining it, and like, they just weren't doing a good job explaining. So that's really my goal with this is I'm a regular dude just sharing my experiences and just sharing my experiences and trying to share the way that I break the chart down so that you can see how I'm looking at it, you know, so then I could turn you guys into a bunch of little mini me's. But nah, yeah, bro. I'm just a regular guy, bro. There ain't nothing special about me. Ain't nothing to praise. I wouldn't even want your praise. I'm literally no different from you. I'm just sharing information that's public. Everything that I'm sharing is like, I've gathered it over the years. You feel me? I've been trading for about 3 or 4 years now. I've just gathered it over the years, and that's it. I have a specific way that I trade, don't get me wrong, but I don't have like a strategy to sell you, or I know you probably hear this all the time. Bro, I know you hear this all the time because I hear this all the time, but I have to say it. I don't have a strategy to sell you or anything, or anything like that. I really don't. I don't. This is just my passion. I just like talking about this stuff. It is entertaining to me. I like the markets. You know, the money's nice. It's nice seeing money and stuff, but I don't even care about it. Well, I care about it, but I don't care about it. Like, I just like talking about trading, and I like talking about trading with other people that like to learn about trading and also like talking about. I am just a regular dude, bro. I am nobody special. So if you're wondering, like, if I got a Ferrari sitting in my driveway one day. Anyways, on to the next topic. Now that we've discussed news, now that we've talked about the news, now that we've talked about the news, now that we've talked about the news, yeah. This is John coming to you at 98.7 FM, where we play the hottest blues. Alright, bro, let me lock it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be talking about is psychology. Not going to lie, this is going to be a separate video, so I'm going to cut this recording, put it in a folder so I don't lose it, and then we're going to jump into it. Got it, good. Leave a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the links in the description, and comment whatever it is you're confused about, or I don't know, bro, tell me about your puppy or something, you feel me? Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next video.